York has tough cryptids, right? New Jersey has tough cryptids. West Virginia has courteous cryptids and tough cryptids, but some courteous cryptids like Mothman. Florida has like weird cryptids. Pennsylvania just has like the worst cryptids, right? You got like a pig thing that just cries itself to death. So Pennsylvania, you need to step up your game with your cryptids, all right? Like,
maybe he got a little too cozy with some of these birds.
Only explanation I have in where a Fiat Uno could keep up with a Mercedes S280, okay?
It's not that I wouldn't fight Mothman. I would beat the shit out of him.
We're seasoned.
So wait, you mean to tell me they have a festival commemorating the day a man got his shit rocked by an extraterrestrial carrot?
My neighbors across the street, they are not real.
But a pyramid is the most boring shape.
Part Sasquatch, part trickster midget. What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining us in the Conspiracy Kitchen, where we uncover the secret ingredients behind life's daily mysteries. I'm your head chef, Joe, and as always, I'm accompanied by my sous chef, Josh, the Cryptid Killer.
I'm back.
He's back. The reason we little hiatus, what was it, almost 2 weeks now, it's because Josh heard about the bounty for old Chappie, didn't he?
I did. I've been in New York for about a week and a half. I heard about the bounty on, is it Champy,
yeah.
Chapped my ass. Champy. I was in a rowboat for about a week and a half. Very limited food.
You just stocked up on Ovaltine, though, right?
That's probably my... I don't want to say it's my problem, but I didn't bring much food, just a lot of Ovaltine.
The milk didn't spoil?
It did, but the Ovaltine cut through that, so it was okay.
Okay. You didn't just scoop it out of the container spoonful right into your gullet.
I mean, it was hot, so I got a little delirious on the lake, so I just started snorting it and doing lines of Ovaltine.
That'll get it. That'll get you blood flowing.
Yeah, absolutely. I was out there for a week and a half, and this goddamn lake monster, this fucking, it's goddamn probably a plesiosaur. Just kept
not a megalodon.
Not a megalodon. Just kept, or whatever it is. I don't know. Big animal. Kept poking its dumb head out of the water. And basically just, taunting me. That fuck. So finally I had enough. I tied a rope to the boat and then to the end of this, not a spear. Fucking, yeah, whatever, spear. I threw
Harpoon.
it. Harpoon, god damn it, that's the nautical one. And I hooked that fat fuck right in the side. And he made a noise. And he started pulling me for about, I don't know, 2 football field lengths before running me into the rocks and busting up my boat. Because I don't like these newer boats with engines. I like a rowboat because I like the challenge.
He needs to be buff about it.
Yeah, exactly. Because you get a workout as you're rowing.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. It does make sense.
It works. And then I fucking broke on the rocks, and then he did his version of flipping me off, which is just, I don't know, lifting a fin in my direction. And then fucking swam away. Like the big fat idiot that he is. Eluded me.
That's right, guys. That's right. This is a cryptid episode, right? Bringing the cryptids back.
It's been a minute.
With a New York flavor. A little New York flavor cryptid. So we didn't do New York yet. We did what? Pennsylvania. We did Florida cryptids. We did West Virginia cryptids. We did, obviously, some Jersey cryptids.
Yeah, of course.
Or just just the Jersey Devil, really. I don't think we got into any other. No, we did some. I don't remember.
We talked a few.
We talked a few, but it was a Jersey Devil episode, right?
Yeah.
But back by popular demand, obviously we got some New York cryptids now. We're going back to the cryptids. We got Champ. Obviously, we'll talk about him in a little bit. We'll get into more detail. I also got my favorite New York cryptid, Hi-Hat. We're going to talk about him a little bit. Right? We have to talk about Hi-Hat.
Yeah.
And then we got other other cryptids I can just mention real fast. Honorable mentions, if you will, right? Because Champ and Hi-Hat, and who do you have as one of your favorites?
One of my favorites is Ludwig the Bloodsucker.
Ludwig the Bloodsucker, yeah. Any other ones?
Oh, there's Ludwig. There's the Sewer Gators. There's the
the Sewer Gators was an honorable mention for me.
A Manitou Road Demon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple. New York, if they know two things in New York, that's garbage and cryptids.
And they do have a bunch of cryptids. So Champ or Champy, he takes the cake for, I guess you would say, lake cryptid, right? I got some honorable mentions here. I'll just go through them real quick if you want me to. We got Old Greenie, right? He's green, I guess. He's a 35-foot serpent-like creature in Cayuga Lake, the Finger Lakes up there. Possibly a giant eel, and reports of him date back to 1897. So we got Old Greenie. We got Ogie, smaller. He's like Champ, but smaller. So he's not gonna take the cake like Champ. And he lives in the polluted Onondaga Lake, polluted, right, near Syracuse. He has indigenous roots. We got him. We got Kipsy. He's in the Hudson River. Jesus, I don't know how he lives in there. He's in the Hudson River. He's a serpent manatee. Actually, they kind of describe him as near Poughkeepsie, with humps in unusual shapes on his little arms and his head and stuff. So we got him, Kipsy, and then we got Beamock. He's a whimsical two-headed trout. So
it's just deformed because it's New York water.
He's just deformed, but they can want to call him a cryptid. So we have them. Those are the honorable mentions for. But Champy obviously takes the C cryptid championship for New York. He's almost, I guess, like Loch Ness, right? Nessie.
Yeah. Kind
of, sort of. Then we got these, the urban cryptids. Obviously, you were mentioning like the sewer alligators, right?
I love that one. That's a classic conspiracy theory.
But it's kind of true, right? But didn't people have like pet alligators and they just like dump them off in like sewage and stuff?
They just fucking let them go, yeah.
Yeah, and then the reports of these are dating back to like the 1930s. And then occasionally real gators are found in the sewers, and it fuels the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They find, oh yeah, there's a gator. Yeah. And then there you go. They're like, nope, they're full of it, the sewer gators. Right. We got the Montauk Monster, which I believe we talked about in our Jersey Devil episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
That bloated, hairless, freaking fat, beak-snouted...
All right.
Carcass.
Fat, useless piece of... All right.
That carcass that washed ashore on Montauk Beach. And I think we went into kind of like the government experiment side of that thing in that episode, right? So if you didn't listen, I think that's the Jersey Devil episode. That's way back, season 1, like episode, I want to say like 3, maybe 4. 4. I think it's 4. I think Tall Ancient Aliens was number 3, and I think Jersey Devil was number 4. Yeah. So that if you wanted to find out more about the Montauk Monster, we talk about it, you can go back there. We also have another honorable mention of the Manhattan Monster. He's just a mutilated 5-toed creature reportedly seen or found in Brooklyn, in the Brooklyn Bridge area. And there's a couple photos of from around 2013 of a like mutilated, like weird looking rodent pig thing. So that's where he came from. So he's just an honorable mention again. Don't really like him. He doesn't hold a candle to Hi-Hat. By far my favorite New York cryptid. We have the Blob Monster of Kinderhook too. He's a amorphous gliding white blob in Columbia County. People apparently see in the woods. Sightings go all the way back to the 1960s. He's tied to when he's nearby, temperature drops, gets a little windy, and so he's just another honorable mention. He might figure a little. I was kind of put him as an honorable mention, then I'm just like thinking about him. The blob monster of Kinderhook, and he's just a blob, a gliding blob. Maybe I'll look into him a little more later on, but I feel like he's an honorable mention too.
At the moment, yeah, he's just a big ass blob.
He's like, what was it? That was, you could be confused as a bunch of wet boxes. What was that?
Oh God, yeah, and then it just fucking attacks you.
It's just boxes. No, that's a monster.
Was that the West Virginia one?
Yeah, it was in West Virginia. If you want to hear more about boxes that attack, you go to the West Virginia Cryptids episode. They'll you'll definitely you could find out about him more, along with Mothman and some other ones.
There's a little depressed one too.
Well,
was that West Virginia?
Was in Pennsylvania.
That's the one.
That's what I was about to mention too. Like Pennsylvania, so these cryptids are pretty tough. New York has tough cryptids, right? New Jersey has tough cryptids. West Virginia has courteous cryptids and tough cryptids, but some courteous cryptids like Mothman. Florida has like weird cryptids. Pennsylvania just has like the worst cryptids, right? You got like apple thieves.
Oh yeah.
A pig thing that just cries itself to death. Right. So Pennsylvania, you need to step up your game with your cryptids. All right. Like West Virginia, they have the vegetable man. Right. Like he's probably my favorite cryptid. Yeah, so, and then you got the squonks and the apple thieves and the other just terrible cryptids of Pennsylvania. So step up. You can't compete with the likes of Vegetable Man or the Jersey Devil or High Hat with those cryptids. You got to get into this, and you really got to step up, and you got to get better cryptids here in Pennsylvania. But we're done with Pennsylvania. I guess we're sidestepping. We're going to New York, and they're by far better cryptid. Like any one of the honorable mentions would be the champion cryptid in Pennsylvania. That's how bad Pennsylvania's cryptids are.
Well, I kind of like the fact that all the cryptids we've talked about so far from different states, they really just resemble like the people of the state. If you know what I mean, like New York, they got tough cryptids. Ooh, it's a tough area.
Yeah.
You go to Florida, they got fucking crackhead apes that throw shit at people. That's Florida.
Yeah. It makes sense.
West Virginia, they're creepy yet courteous with the Mothman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all pretty spot on for the
New Jersey has some tough cryptids, yeah, because it's kind of tough here. And then you go to Pennsylvania, it's just a bunch of depressed thieves.
They're just crying themselves to death and
for living in Pennsylvania, really.
Fucking ugh. Pennsylvania, get your shit together.
If you're from Pennsylvania listening, you just get your shit together. I mean, don't stop listening, but get your shit together.
Yeah. If you're our friend Steve, move.
Oh yeah. Why did I forget he lives in Pennsylvania?
Because he
doesn't listen to our show, so it does.
Well, he doesn't listen, and we don't visit him. So
that's true. So you want to dive into the Lakewood Champ here? You want to get into some maybe some sightings and stuff?
Yeah, let's get into that.
Bring him forward. All right.
Yeah.
So he dates back to like the 1600s, maybe even farther back. But I got like early indigenous accounts back to the 1600s, and we even got some French explorers in like 1609. Samuel de Champlain, where I guess the lake was named after, reportedly described seeing something similar in the lake. He calls it a 20-foot long serpent with a horse-like head, but the horse head had a hog snout. Right, it's kind of weird. A double row of dangerous teeth. He got close enough to see the teeth, and some interpret this as a garfish. So they're trying to say he confused this sea creature with a garfish. Does that seem reasonable for an explorer to
The fuck
think a garfish was a serpent?
I'm looking at this now, a garfish. No, it's not.
So you think he saw something?
Well, all right, look. If this fucking guy is mistaking...
He shouldn't be an explorer.
No, he shouldn't, because Champ is, like, massive. That's, like, Loch Ness Monster-sized massive animal with big-ass teeth. And then you look at a garfish, and it's, what, 3 feet long? And looks dumb as shit?
Yep.
Like, fuck's sake. Yep. This guy, he needs a new job.
He does. That probably should get a new job.
Terrible.
But I think he saw something. I think these other people that say he saw a garfish are just dumb. Right? They don't want him to get the credit of seeing it back in the 1600s. But his description matches indigenous groups who told the story through, just in like stories together, like sitting around and just, by word of mouth. They're saying his description of it matches theirs. And then you got some other people saying, no, he saw a garfish and he thought it was a monster for reasons. So, I don't know. I think he saw something. I don't think he saw a garfish. And then because Champ has been seen a lot. There's a lot of sightings about this guy. Like 1819, we got Captain Crumb, right? He said he saw it in the the Bulwaga Bay in New York. It's one of the earliest detailed documented sightings of him. It came July 22nd, 1819. He was aboard a ship and reported seeing a massive black serpent-like creature. And now he says, I don't know why. See, he gets very specific with the length. He says it was 187 feet long. Now, unless you're got like a tape measure or something, and he also says he was about 200 yards away. So for him to measure this accurately from 200 yards away, this guy must have been a damn good captain, right?
Well, that or he would have... What the fuck? What is he basing this off of? He'd have to be like, hey, hold still. And then measure it. Like, what the fuck is he talking? It's 120 foot and 8 inches and... Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know why that just made me as angry as it did, but I'm furious.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that he has a very easy... This is the most detailed one of the most detailed encounters. But, yeah, so... From 200 yards away, he said it was 187 feet long. He said it reared up about 15 feet out of the water. It had a seahorse-like head. 3 rows of teeth. Now, this person, he says 3 rows of teeth.
Wait a goddamn
the eyes,
minute.
He gets very descriptive. The eyes were the color of peeled onions, he says. It had a white star on its forehead. A red belt around its neck. Not like an actual belt, but, like a design in its... skin, scales, whatever was there. It had 2 long sturgeon and billfish. 2 long sturgeon and billfish followed it, like the sharks. They have those fish that follow them around. And this story appeared in a local Plattsburgh newspaper, and it kind of spread. This is where it hit, like the Champ's fame, if you will, spread through New York after this encounter.
It's just that... What did he say? The eyes looked like peeled onions, so they were white?
He said the eyes were the color of peeled onions. That's what he says.
Yeah, so they're white. Just say they were white.
No, he's descriptive. 187 feet. Eyes the color of peeled onions. You know what I mean? He needs to get this description in there for the newspaper.
He's trying to be profound and nobody's buying it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do you believe him?
Yeah, but what year was this?
This was 1819.
So, here's my thing about sightings back then. The 1600s through the 1800s. You could say whatever you want. And as long as you say, like, oh, I swear to God, people are like, oh, he just swore to God. He must be
Yeah,
telling the truth.
he's telling the truth.
Yeah, so you could have said anything. But no, I believe this. I hate his description of it. The fucking peeled onions, drop dead.
And moving forward to 1873, this was a very busy year for Champ. He must have been out trying to be a dick because we have multiple sightings for him in just this year alone. A surge, and this surge in 1873 drew national attention. Now it's not just New York people getting attention in New York. It's the whole country's like, what's going on in New York? What is this thing? Where's Champ? What's he doing? So first we got a railroad crew spotted the head of an quote-unquote enormous serpent, what they said, with bright silvery scales, and they said they glistened in the sun. The creature was described to be over 30 feet long. So they said it's over 30 feet long. This other guy said 187 feet. Its size is changing, or it's, I guess, maybe hidden underwater and I couldn't tell. But he said over. I mean, 187 feet is over 30 feet, right? So, yeah. But I feel like he should say over 100 feet. I don't know.
Or the other guy didn't get an accurate measurement, because how the fuck would he?
Yeah, like these are over 30 feet. That's more of an accurate description of length, right? For something you don't, that's moving around and you're not right next to.
Yeah.
Like if the other guy said over 100 feet, you'd be like, okay, yeah.
Keep it vague.
Captain Crumb. But if Captain Crumb, he's just good at measuring with his eyes, I think. I think he's just that good.
He's got a lot of practice being a captain.
Yeah.
I don't know why that would make him good at measuring things, but apparently it's in his line of work, so.
Well, maybe as he's getting close to, like, shore or docking, he needs to know distance, to know speed, to slow down or something.
That's actually a fair point.
Yeah, see?
I take it back.
He's good at it. He's good. He knew that was 187 feet. Then we had a J.P. Farmer, a marble mill worker. He was fishing in the Shelburne Bay on the Vermont side of New York. He saw a brownish animal, serpent-like creature, perhaps over 15 feet long. I guess it's shrinking. I don't know. Maybe it's not getting food. And it had like a large bull hog-like snout on this seahorse head. That's all he mentioned about it. So JP Farmer, you need to step up your description and get more details out there for us so we can know what's going on. So Josh can understand what he's up against, right? I mean, you go with that kind of a description, you don't know what you're up against.
Yeah.
But I guess you really don't need to know what you're up against. You'll just go out there and kill it anyway, right?
Fucking swing like you wouldn't believe.
And we had the steamship, the WB Eddy. Okay, tourists on it, a bunch of tourists reported they nearly capsized after colliding with it.
It's a huge bitch.
It's a huge bitch. He destroyed your rowboat.
It wasn't very well put together, but it's fine.
Then we had Sheriff Nathan the same year. Sheriff Nathan Mooney. But out of fear of being laughed at, I guess, didn't report it until 10 years later in 1883. But he said in 1873 he called it a rod. About 110 yards long, he says. Water serpent from the shore. Now, 110 yards is obviously 330 feet. So this thing now is just massive. One person says 15. This person says 110 yards long. Now, I've never heard anyone describe an animal or anything like that in yards for length.
No. Not unless...
No, right?
No, not unless it's like a fucking massive thing, but...
Even then, I just don't... I would still say over 300 feet. I don't know. He's a sheriff. I guess he said from the shore he saw it. And then why you went to New York. This is exactly why you went to New York. P.T. Barnum offered a $50,000 bounty back in 1873 to find the serpent's hideaway. No one's claimed it yet. That's why Josh is on his way. And we did the calculations with inflation and stuff, and we looked it up. And that $50,000 is now worth like $1.4 million today. So, you gonna claim it?
I will. I will get it. I'm working on that. I'm crafting a new rowboat.
See, I understand now why you didn't kill it. I get it. The bounty is to find the hideout. Right? If you brought the dead champ, they wouldn't give you the bounty. You didn't get his hideout. I get what you're doing now. I understand your logic. You need to follow him to his hideaway.
See? I didn't fail.
See, Hammers, don't be upset with him. He didn't fail. So he needs to find the hideaway. That's why Josh let his robot get destroyed, because he didn't want to kill it by accident. Because if it came down to it and he got into hand-to-hand combat with Champ, those lines of Ovaltine he snorted, that thing would have been shredded. I don't care if it's 15 feet or 330 feet long, right?
Yeah, dude, you snort Ovaltine, you get fucking like Popeye arms. Like, just fucking shredded. One hit to his jaw, those 2 to 3 rows of teeth would have been gone.
Now, the layman, I should say, someone who's not used to the effects of Ovaltine should not go right to snorting it. Please don't do that and then blame us.
Do not snort Ovaltine. That's only for me and Joe if he's interested. We have a lot of experience when it comes to this sort of thing. The fact that it's stronger than any drug known to man is neither here nor there.
Disclaimer. Don't do it. We have to put it in there. We don't want to get demonetized by YouTube if we ever get monetized by them, which I don't push very much. I don't push YouTube very much. I think Spotify is a lot less stringent on what we actually say. YouTube's a little bit tighter. We mentioned something in one of the episodes. I forgot what it was. I have to look through my email again. I got an email from a couple episodes ago that because we said something, that episode would lose its monetization ability. And I was like, wow, okay. But I don't know what we said. I'll have to go look through that email again. I saw that last week or something. Moving on with Champ, though. Don't snort Ovaltine. Moving on with Champ. 1945 now we move up to. So we're kind of skipping some time here. I guess he slumbered or whatever. You got the SS Ticonderoga. Passengers on board the historic steamship, the Ticonderoga, reported seeing a large creature in the lake, adding to the list of group sightings from boats, right? Most people would probably see it from a boat or from shore, right? Because it's in the water, right? So you're going to see a lot of boats with these sightings, right? And then again, we don't have a lot of main sightings. You get small sightings here and there until 1977. We had the photography. We got a picture of it for the first time. So on July 5th, 1977, Sandra Monsey, she's from Connecticut, was vacationing with her family on the northeastern shore of Lake Champlain. While on the beach, she spotted something dark and leathery, she said, rising from the water, about 150 feet away from her. She snapped one Polaroid photo showing what appeared to be a long neck and hump, often compared to the dinosaur you were talking about before. Plesiosaur, right?
Yeah.
Actually, is that a dinosaur?
Yeah.
I don't know if it is. Because like the Megalodon is not a dinosaur, but maybe he is because he has saur in it. The image was analyzed by experts, including an optical science expert at the University of Arizona, and deemed it unaltered. Monsey kept it private for years before sharing it. It remains one of the most scrutinized pieces of evidence for Champ and sparked dozens more reports. Now, skeptics say it was a floating log.
Doesn't look like.
So, you gotta go get the picture. It doesn't look like a floating log.
I'll get that.
It doesn't look like a floating log. You have to, yes, just look up Sandra Mancy picture of Champ.
It does not look like a log. I'm looking right at it.
Is that a log, Josh?
I don't think it's a log.
Do you think that's Champ?
Looks plesiosaur-like.
It's the plesiosaur, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't understand when you get some of these skeptics, like, don't just floating log. Like, try to actually discredit it, right? A floating log, like a pile of wet boxes, it doesn't cut it for me. You can't sit there and tell me it's a log. Like, if you were to say, oh, it's this kind of animal probably, and the lighting this, and the wave in front of it skewed, how big it looks and everything, and you tell me something like that, okay, I'll look into it. And I'll be like, maybe that is true, blah, blah. If you tell me it's a fucking log, I'm like, nah, that's Champ, dude. That's not going to cut it. It's Champ. Did you have, before I go on with a couple more sightings here, did you have a way of what you would do to this thing if you actually encountered him and were forced to have to do to finish it off, life or death situation?
Yeah, I did. So, if it came down to it, and see, I had the rowboat with the harpoon because I was like you said, I was trying to find its hideaway, so I wasn't trying to kill it. Now, if I was trying to kill it, I wouldn't have the rowboat. I would have one with an engine.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone has ever seen Empire Strikes Back, you know where I'm going with this. I would wait for his big, long, dumb neck to come out of the water, and I would harpoon it just below the jaw. Right below the jaw line, just right through it. And then I would fire up the boat, and I would go around it in circles and choke the shit out of him. And the rope would just wrap around his big, dumb neck, and then I would take off in one direction and go, and just fucking snap his neck. And then the townspeople would eat good for a while.
Yeah, you think they would enjoy eating that though? Like, you think that's a good flavor, like flavorous meat?
Well, how old is he? He'd probably be aged pretty well.
Yeah, he's at least looking like he's at least over 400 years old, minimum.
Yeah, it's a fine jerky.
You have to dry it out, though, right?
Yeah. Well, it's New York, so what is the old joke? How they make beef jerky? They take the finest cut of meat, and then a New York City cab driver sits on it for 3 days. That's how they make beef jerky. So,
is that what they say?
That's what I've heard, but yeah.
Oh, I never heard that before.
Yeah.
I never heard that before. We got some other credible sightings. 77, the same year that the picture was taken, 2 eyewitnesses near St. Albans described the 20-foot. See, the length is all over the place. So, to me, is this one champ, or is this a family of champs? You know what I mean? Because we got 330 feet, we got 20 feet, we got 15 feet. So we're getting all over the place with length, but the features stay about the same. The seahorse-like head with the pig snout, the multiple rows of teeth, which you have to watch out for when you're trying to break its neck, I guess. So we're going all over the place with length, unless people just have no idea how to measure length visually. But we're getting about the same description. We got the dark skin. This guy, they said smooth, dark skin. No one's mentioned the eyes being like, fresh cut onions, but I digress. Moving forward, 58 people in July 1984 reported seeing Champ. 58. This kind of reminds me of like the Jersey Devil sightings. Remember, everyone on that train car saw it,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just get like, "You're all nuts. You're all crazy, right?" that's so you're seeing some like there's not like this huge mass like group like hallucination, right? You got to see something, and it'd be like to try to. I mean, I feel like you have to see something to try to come out and say this thing. Like I saw this, like, and without people thinking you're nuts. Like you don't want people to think you're nuts.
Yeah, you don't want to be the first asshole to be like, "Hey, there's a fucking flying demon. You guys see this shit?" Like, you don't want to be that guy. You gotta wait for other people to be like, "What the fuck is that?" Ugh.
Yeah, and it had multiple sightings, various sightings throughout the rest of the 1900s, the 70s to the 90s. High school principals, state troopers, ministers, doctors, ferry passengers. So multiple sightings. And going into the 2000s, we still have more sightings. We had 2005 fisherman Dick Ofter and Pete Baudet captured video of multiple dark shapes moving in the water, and it was aired on ABC. Multiple sightings leading up to 2005 drew media attention again, like I was saying before, and Champ makes his debut on the Discovery Channel. So he's getting more famous. You don't see the squonk on the Discovery Channel, do you?
You wouldn't too.
You wouldn't want to, but I mean, Champ gets on the Discovery Channel. The Jersey Devil gets on the Discovery Channel, right? Or the History Channel, whatever they put. I think it's the Discovery Channel. They do like the cryptid hunting.
It was on the Travel Channel for the longest time, but yeah.
Yeah, Travel Channel, which I don't know. I think Discovery owns that, but yeah, with Zach Baggins and the Ghost Adventures is on the Travel Channel too. Which is on Discovery Plus. Yeah. So he's just all over the place. Also, they have a few sonar images and other videos surface occasionally showing this unusual, serpent-like creature, unusual wakes and shapes out there, especially in the Bulwaga Bay. But people, they debate them. There's a debate on them. But when you get in these sonar images, they look like a fucking giant sea serpent. To me, we're picking something up. Not nothing. We're picking something up.
It would have to be a pretty giant something if it's getting picked up on fucking sonar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, is it a log? You got a bunch of logs floating around?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
No. I don't know. Maybe there's just a bunch of eels in the water. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Fucking New York hospital waste floating around. I don't know.
Maybe it could be. All that pollution. It could just be fucking horribly mutated animals.
There's gotta be a lot of them. The amount of fucking toxic waste in the water.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you, New Jersey's a lot cleaner than around this New York City area.
Oof.
New York City area is pretty bad.
It's fucking
pretty
bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's really all I got on Champ sightings wise, and I don't know if you wanted to add anything to Champ before we move on. Little Champy boy.
No, I'm going back for round 2 soon.
Okay, you just have to find the hideout so you can collect your cash.
Yeah, and then I'll keep you all updated as that progresses. But I do want to mention this one. I don't have a lot on him, just a little bit. The one I mentioned before, Ludwig the Bloodsucker. While I was researching this, I kind of I'm reading through information. I'm like, this is just offensive. And just the way they describe him. So, he's described as a squat, swarthy German with an enormous head. with
All right.
bristly black hair and huge bunches of hair coming out of his ears and his
Oh,
nose.
well.
And people said that he had vampire-like qualities. So during the mid to late, 19th century,
Hmm.
uh, people said that they spotted him. Now, he's not really a cryptid if they knew him as a person. So this is what kind of threw me off a little. But they were like,
So,
oh, go ahead.
they knew him as a person. You can't become a cryptid, I guess.
I don't know, because the Jersey Devil was just a baby, and then that became a cryptid. So
Yeah.
he's an ugly baby, and now he's buff as shit. But
Uh huh. He's
this
the
is
best
just
cryptid in the world.
yeah, arguably the best. But yeah, people
Yeah.
said that they would spot him at bars late at night, and then as it goes, he would wait for some drunk to stumble out of the bar and walk home, and then he would attack them and drink their blood. It's like, but if you saw this happening, New York is very big on see something, say something.
Hmm.
So does nobody step in? Like, hey,
Nope.
swarthy, big-headed German man, maybe don't do that.
No,
And
why not?
it sounds like a myth, but he's a real dude. His actual name was Franz Ludwig, and he was born in Germany in 1824. Him and his wife raised a family in the Lower East Side, across the river in Brooklyn. Um, they owned property. He was a tailor, and apparently back in the day, doctors told people to drink blood to help against illnesses like polio and shit. Which
Oh,
this is the first I've read about that, but I'm like, okay.
well,
But
the
so
doctors
I
didn't know
guess
a lot back then.
yeah, headache. We got to saw your fucking dick off. All right.
For some reason, that reminds me of George Washington, the way he died, right? Remember he was sick, and you're like, oh, it's because his blood was bad. So they took some blood out. Oh, he's worse. Let's take more blood out. Oh, he's worse. Let's take some more blood. And he died. You know what I mean? Like, that reminded me of that.
His bad blood. Oh,
Yeah.
you have nervous bones. All right, doc. Oh. But yeah. So apparently, it started off like him at a young age. He was fighting off illness, so they made him drink blood, and then he just got a taste for it. So he would just drink it recreationally, but then people started making up stories like, oh, he's attacking people because he's an ugly little big-headed German hairy man. And that's not me being mean. That's the way they describe him, and it's really kind of off-putting and offensive. Sorry, little
For
German men.
Germans.
Yeah. If you're listening in Germany, I'm sure you're not small and big-headed. I'm sure. But yeah, of course I had to think of a way if I ever crossed paths with
You
him,
have to.
how would I defeat the bloodsucker?
See,
And
we need you to come up with these two. Like, there's no one else doing this. So, like, our listeners, if they ever come across it, at least they'll have some kind of idea. This is how Josh would do it. You know what I mean? And it kind of helps our listeners if they do have to engage in combat with the cryptid, right? We're trying to help the listener
yes,
while obviously you helping all of humanity by making sure these cryptids don't attack people. But if our listeners come in contact, at least they have they have a fighting chance, right? Now, obviously, they're probably not as buff as you,
no.
right? They're not drinking, hopefully, they'll start drinking Ovaltine so they can be as buff as you or I. But, yeah, at least they have some kind of fighting shot. That's why I like to have you describe what you would do. You know what I mean? Coming from the mouth of the cryptid killer himself.
Yeah, I put my life on the line regularly to educate all of you. So, first off, you're welcome. And second, this is how I would do it. So, I would pretend to be a drunk in a bar. Not very
okay.
difficult. and stumble out and walk into a dark alley. And I would
Okay.
wait for him to follow me. And as he tries to attack, I would grab him by his ear hair. Remember it said it was protruding out of his ears and nose?
Yes, yes.
Grab him by the ear hair. And since he's a small fella, I would swing him around and around in a big circle and throw him at a wall. And since he drank so much blood, he would pop like a fucking water balloon.
Like a tick.
Like a fucking tick. Just. eh.
Yeah, I get it. It's
See?
pretty good.
Yeah.
And you're buff enough to get him off the ground, too.
He's.
So you have to have the Ovaltine for that.
Have to. See, he would think. He would see me drinking like a milky beverage in a bar, and he's like, oh, it's probably a white Russian or whatever. You make those with milk, I think. But it would actually be Ovaltine. And then I would be fucking Popeye arms down the alleyway, hidden under a coat, and then I'd grab his gun and throw him at the wall.
And he's done.
He's fucking done. He's
No one has to worry about him ever again.
No, they'd be like, oh, you did it. Thank you for rescuing us from the swarthy, big-headed German fella. All in a day's work, ma'am.
And you just rip a line of fucking Ovaltine and leave? Oh, man. Oh, no. Speaking of, I guess, vampiric type cryptids, probably my favorite from New York, and that's Hi-Hat. And his name might make him sound like he's not much of a threat, right? Hi-Hat. But I'll tell you, he's a threat. He's a threat. So we got a tall, giant-esque person. His stature is described as tall and beastly. Now, the thing with Hi-Hat, though, is that he's like a hybrid cryptid / ghost. Right? So that's what makes him even tougher. I'm going to put you on the spot here, Josh. So, he's tall, he's beastly, shadowy form, really. Vampire-like teeth, right? Sharp teeth. And what makes him stand apart from all the other cryptids, what makes him one of my favorite cryptids of all time, definitely favorite from New York, is that he's a tough vampire-like giant buff cryptid, but he is also dapper. And that's because he wears a stovepipe hat with a nice beard. Like, picture Abraham Lincoln, right? But buff as shit with vampire teeth. This is what we're talking about here. And he can be a ghost at the same time. So that's what we're talking about here. He's dapper, but tough as shit. He lives in swampy, marsh-like wetland areas. So we got... Actually, he's kind of linked to a certain tragedy in the area. But he's cannibalistic, right? Vampires. And apparently, which is kind of weird, he targets children, and they say it's because they're tender. It's kind of weird.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? He stalks humans. And he lurks in remote, watery areas. He's like a horror cryptid, right? Like, he's more than just the typical cryptid, and that's because he's like a ghost. I don't know. He's pretty tough, but I'm gonna put you on the spot after I tell you why, like where he came from. There's a big connection to the Kinzua Dam that was built, and that's like the part of the legend that brings him to life. And for whatever reason, like this is where he came from. And there's some sightings before this. But this is when, like, it really started. And they call them sightings, and they even call them hauntings, because, again, like I was saying, he could be part ghost. So, in the early 1960s, they started construction on the Kinzua Dam. But the project flooded about 1/3 of the reservation's territory, displacing many of the Seneca people, and they sparked many protests. People died and stuff. It was actually, fun fact, it was a Johnny Cash song, too. But during this time, the engineers and the workers and everything started experiencing strange encounters. There he was, the high hat. It was a tall, shadowy figure stalking the construction site and the surrounding marshes. Locals and workers described him as Hi Hat. They just started calling him Hi Hat. He's wearing this giant freaking hat, stovepipe hat, sharp teeth, and he just had this menacing presence about him. And some people were like, "It's a sighting. He's some kind of," and other people were like, "No, he's haunting the place. He's a ghost from the destruction of the flooding of the project." So this was kind of passed down through oral tradition through the Seneca people, and he's apparently he protects the lands after this terrible thing happened during the construction of the dam, and that's why he floats around out there. Now I do want to go try to see him because, like I said, a dapper vampiric cannibal cryptid. He seems pretty tough. He seems like something I want to see.
It's just, you said he's got the tall hat, so they have to call him High Hat, as opposed to, what, Kevin? Like, what else would you call him?
Yeah, I don't know. How do you come up with the name of anything? Like Champ. You can call him, I guess you could just call him like the freaking, I don't know, the Kinzua vampire.
That's not bad.
You like that name better than Hi Hat?
No, but it's not bad.
No, that's not bad, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, the Seneca Stalker.
That's fucking. See, all of these are good. All of them.
I'm just coming up with these on the spot.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him the Seneca Stalker. But he's both, right? So he's ghost and vampire. So now, say you, for whatever reason, have been sent to the Kinzua Dam ruins. And you're playing the song by Johnny Cash. And then he comes up. All you see, you're walking, you look over, you see this tall hat from behind a bush, just over the top of a bush. And he comes out around. He's like buff as shit. He's probably like 7.5 feet tall. And he picks you. What are you doing? You're on the spot. You're one-on-one, hand-to-hand combat in his territory. He knows the area. It's wet. It's marshy. Hard for your footing. You get stuck. Where are you going?
So
He's a ghost.
First things first.
Okay.
I would snatch that dumb hat off the top of his head.
Are you
grab
kidding
it. Now, I'm bobbing and weaving. He's swinging, but I'm grabbing the hat and I'm moving.
Okay.
As I'm moving, I'm picking up rocks out of the marsh, and I'm filling the hat with said rocks.
Okay.
So then he goes to take a bite out of me, and I swing like never before, and I crack his fucking jaw with his own hat.
Oh. What?
He fucking goes down for the count like $1 million baby. Just snaps his neck on a rock.
With his own hat.
With his own hat. I know he's a ghost. He's like, oh, you're going to go right through him. Yeah, but if I hit him with his own ghost hat, he's going to feel that shit.
Yeah, so the ghost hat would make contact with him.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then he's in so then the rock, how is the rock going to snap his neck if he's a ghost? I'm putting you on the spot.
A good question.
Is that maybe like some kind of sodium deposit? Perhaps. Maybe iron. Maybe not a rock, right?
Yeah.
I'm helping you out here. I'm trying to.
I appreciate that.
I got ghost expertise, right? So we know that ghosts don't like iron, right? Ghosts don't like salt. To get rid of a ghost permanently, you got to burn its last remaining artifact from when it was alive, right? that it's attached to.
Plan.
Well, he's. I called him out. Now he's changing it up. That's what you need, though. You need to be able to think on your feet quick.
Exactly.
When it's a life or death situation, and
Exactly.
Josh has the ability to do this.
Exactly. So you mentioned the salt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show up early to this fight. I'm gonna tell him meet me at the bike rack 3:00. I'm gonna show up at fucking 2:30 with a lot of goddamn salt. I'm just gonna coat the fucking ground with it.
Okay.
So then when I grab his ghost hat and I crack him and he falls down, he lands on the salt, which is covering the rock.
Okay.
And then he gets fucking snapped because of
Yeah,
salt.
'cause the salt then fucks him up.
Yeah.
Salt fucks him up.
Look at you, you're all salty. And I walk away.
And he can no longer terrorize the Seneca people, right?
Yeah, because he looks silly with his fucking head all bent, covered in salt. Stupid ass hat. I take his hat too. I dump the rocks out and I put the hat on and I walk away wearing it. Fuck you.
He's gonna keep his hat.
I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna wear it. Not
gonna
out
make
though.
you
I don't want to look like an ass. I just wear it around my house.
Oh, so you don't think the tall hat makes him look dapper like I do?
I mean, it does, but if I don't know, it's just something about
He's
him.
gentleman-like, though.
Is he though? He attacks children.
But he's very gentleman appearance. That's what until you see his mouth, I guess. But that's like, I guess, kind of lose you in a little bit. And he's got like this nice, he's in a nice suit. He's got a stovepipe hat. He's got the beard. He's got the Abraham Lincoln vibes.
He's got slacks on in this picture. He's got slacks on.
He's got the slacks on, and then he goes in for the kill. And you're going to stop that from happening. You're going to stop these innocent kids, especially the children, right, from dying at the lengths of his stupid hat.
Yeah. And everybody's going to get blood pressure problems because salt is going to be the hot commodity. They put salt on everything because it stopped the hi-hat stalker.
I already have high blood pressure.
Me too. It's really bad. I got my new meds today, and sorry to sidetrack for a second, but I went to the pharmacy to get my meds, and they were cleaning the floor with a Roomba, which I don't know why that struck me as odd. Like, cleaning an entire store with one Roomba.
Yeah, it's weird.
It threw me off, but anyway.
I got 2 shark ones, though. The shark robot vacs. Yeah.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah, the one I have just bounces off the walls, I guess that's the one they had, maybe. Where as soon as the bumper hits, it just turns around and goes a different way. And then the other one maps the house. So then you could tell it to go to a specific zone. But yeah, keep going.
We have one. We have one in our house that we named Marvin, but he doesn't work. Doesn't hold the charge. He lasts like 20 minutes, and then he's like, all right, I'm done.
Does he make his way back to the charger, or does he just stop before then?
Nah, he just stops.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Is it a shark?
No, it's like a knockoff one. Because we didn't want to spend money, so.
Yeah. The mapping one's great. I don't think it was that much, though. I'm going to say it was like $200.
It's not bad.
But yeah, it has like this eyeball on top, I guess. But it remembers like how far it goes before getting to like each wall, and it like maps the house. And then you see like an overhead view of your floor plan by what it mapped, and then you can name the rooms, and you can be like, I think I'll just be like, tell Google to tell DOS Vacuum to vacuum the dining room. And it'll just come off its charger, go into the dining room, and just run back and forth. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's technology these days. I'm screwed if like they turn on us. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at that new robot. What the hell was it called? He's all over the internet now. He's like 5 foot tall. He's like plush looking. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, I know the one.
So I was looking at him, and it's like, he's expensive as shit. But the thing I don't like if you read the thing, if you went on the website and read it, um, like when he has to do like a more of a difficult chore, um, he, the people, the company has someone there remote into him, can look through his eyes themselves, and then they use like controllers to move his hands and do these things. You know what I mean? It's like some random person's controlling him.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like that at all. Because like, what happens if he's like, "Oh, let me just help you," and like you're in the shower and he's like, "Oh, let me open the shower curtain."
Let me wash your balls for you.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? Like it's weird, right? That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I guess if you're like a single lonely person, then sure, go for it. But yeah, I did see the one video of it cleaning in the house, and then it just ran directly into a mirror and shattered it, and it just kind of like fell over. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always being controlled by someone, but like when it was reading that like a difficult task, if you're making it do a difficult task that it's never done before, something difficult for like taking maybe, for that robot itself, maybe, taking dishes out of a sink and putting them in a dishwasher and stacking them right. You know what I mean? Then it would be controlled by someone to like, help it do it.
But like, to what end? Could you have conversations with her like, "Hey, I'm just gonna stack your dishes for you"?
It does talk to you, doesn't it? Yeah, it talks to you.
I'm looking them up right now. Because for the longest time, I wanted a robot. I'm like, oh, it'd be really cool to have a robot around the house.
But then I start thinking like the Kalon, right?
I did watch that episode. I was watching it earlier today, actually, where the family were they kept shocking the Kalon with the fucking thing, and it just shoots them.
Yeah, he's like, I want to, because he wanted to like relax, and he's like, no, and they put like pain receptors in the robot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the robot just killed everyone.
And then they wake up, they're like, Kayla, what are you doing? He shows them walk to the kids' room, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Shout out to the Orville. Yeah, if no one's ever watched the Orville, and I'm surprised the amount of people that, like, when I mentioned the Orville, they're like, I don't know what that is. It's on Hulu, right? It's on Hulu Plus, or Disney Plus, I guess, because they're the same. We're waiting for season 4 to come out. But the more people that watch it, he said, the better chances they get renewed. It is a good show, right? There's 3 seasons out. It's a really good show. Excellent. What is that robot called again, though?
Isaac.
Somebody's fucking cool. No. The robot we were talking about that you can buy. Not Isaac.
The one I'm looking at, it's not the A1, right?
Yeah, I think it was the A1, right? Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. He's like a derpy looking thing. But then,
I think it was.
Then Tesla's got their robots, and they make them look fucking horrifying. I don't know why. They're very unsettling.
No, it's not the A1. It's
the Neo robot.
Neo, that's the one. Yeah, the Neo robot. It looks like a plush doll. Yeah.
Okay, it looks
1X.
Oh my.
He's 5'6".
I mean, the black model looks okay, and that's not a race thing. He comes in different colors.
He can come in, I guess, white with a gray face, black with a gray face, and I think he comes in like pink. I don't know. I'm not really. You can subscribe to him for $500 a month, or you can just buy him for $20,000. Oh, he comes in like a bluish gray. Yeah, bluish gray, black, or like tan.
I don't know. I'd have to see everything that he can do, and I don't feel right about someone else patching in.
Yeah. Like there's a picture here of him combing someone's hair, this kid's hair.
Yeah, right till he snaps their fucking neck. Sorry, I
The
didn't
kid looks like
mean
he's
to
in
do
pain
that.
too.
Probably.
Like if you hit the thing, hit the little menu and hit AI, and it's him trying to brush this kid's hair, and the kid looks like he's getting killed. He's getting scalped. Right?
I'm looking right now. Oh no. Yeah, he's gonna kill the fucking kid. What the fuck?
Killing him.
Dude, there's no shot that society thinks this is okay. I don't understand it. We've all seen The Terminator.
We've seen iRobot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. He looks like he's trying to kill the kid.
He looks way too close to a Kalon. I don't know. The no mouth and just the eyes.
Look at him trying to. It's gonna take him 20 years to load the freaking wash machine like this.
Oh, useless.
You only put one towel in there. Oh my god.
Fucking terrible.
Oh shit. He almost broke that whole bottle of wine. He like goes to pick it up and like knocks it over and catches it as it's falling and hands it to him.
See,
Jesus.
here's where everything is going to go south. Mark my fucking words. So, the home robot is going to become the hot commodity. They're eventually going to make it affordable for everybody, years and years down the line. But then someone is going to come out and say, "Well, hey, how are these things during, say a home invasion? We need to make them so they could protect the family also.
Yes.
We need to
yes.
arm them. We need to
Yes.
have them capable of tactical maneuvers to protect
barrel roll.
the barrel roll
Combat roll.
in order to protect every American family." And then as soon as you give them that, that's when they turn and be like, "All right, thanks," and they just fucking kill everybody. We won't be able to stop that.
Oh my god.
See?
I do not trust him with these glasses. Dude, he's vacuuming the floor like I've never seen anyone vacuum like that.
The house is never going to get clean.
Yeah.
Dumbass robot.
He's gentle, it says. With a cozy design. In a knit suit that you can take off and wash.
I don't want to take off his knit suit. I don't want to know what's under that suit.
It'll share jokes with you, stories, games, natural conversations. It grows with you.
I'm sending you this picture real
Affectionate.
quick. What goes through your mind when you see this picture that I'm sending to you?
Oh no!
What's on that guy's mind?
Dude,
So
that doesn't look good. That does not look good at all.
maybe I'll use this picture. I'll post this at some point. But it's a picture of the robot looking innocent and the creepiest man imaginable in a fucking like sweater vest. And he's got his arm around the robot and he's looking at him like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking ruin you."
What's worse is that he's looking down at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's child sized. He's like, "Yeah, you'll do."
It's pretty disturbing, that picture.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
All right, I'm gonna buy one right now.
You gonna buy one now?
Yeah, I'm gonna have it drive to your house.
Well, no.
See, like the Tesla robot, like not the Neo one, but the Tesla robot. This is what I need the Tesla robot to be able to do. The Tesla robot should be able to drive if you own a Tesla vehicle, right? Because it does have, the Tesla vehicle has self-driving. The Tesla robot should get in the vehicle. It should drive the robot to the store for you and get whatever the fuck you need and bring it back.
I could see that.
No more freaking Uber Eats, no more DoorDash, right? You just send your Tesla robot out.
And then they have like, they already have Apple Pay. So what is it? What do? They bring everything up, they scan its face, and then boom, drive back home.
Yep. It'd be perfect. It'd be perfect. And then all of us would be like, what is it, Wall-E? When they're all like fucking 800 pounds in a little floating seat. You can't move.
I know
That'll be us.
I'll never live to see that, but I want that to be my future. I want to be a big fat fuck in a floating chair just watching TV
Forever.
forever. Just floating in space like, oh, fucking another milkshake, please. Like, that would be great.
And then what, your robot goes out and works?
Yeah. Oh, that's another good point. So could you, if you have a robot, can you have it go out and work for you and make your money for you?
It should be allowed to, right?
Yeah. Fuck, that's... God damn. See, all of these outlandish bullshit things we're saying will actually happen one day.
Yes.
That's what's so terrifying.
I love how this conversation went from hi-hat to Neo being a weird, and then just to this.
Yeah. This
is
the
how
beauty.
our thought processes work.
That's the beauty of the podcast. We like to tangent.
Yeah. And it works, right? It works. We have some people listen to us, I guess.
Well, no one we know, but
no one we kind of know, but people we don't know that like us more than our own friends, they listen to us.
It's true. I would say those are our real friends. Hammers.
Yeah. Steve Hammers, and he's a good friend. And then the other 400 people that listen, they're our friends. Whoever comments. Turks and Caicos. I don't know how we were like the #1 comedy podcast in Turks and Caicos for like a month. I don't know how that happened. According to the fuck website was that? Podcast, some kind of podcast stats website. Oh well, I don't remember now the email from them either. But yeah, we're hopefully going places, right? Yeah. On the side, yeah.
Well,
and yeah.
I was going to say, we'll do an episode about AI and robots. We'll talk more about that. I know we've talked AI, but I want to talk more robots.
Robotics, yeah. Maybe we'll do, in light of the recent events with Artemis, right? Well, maybe we'll do an Artemis episode. Because I really want to talk about, because, I despise flat earthers now. Like, we have lost some flat earth followers.
Aw.
But it is what it is, right? I fight with flat earthers, right? You know this.
Yes.
You know this. So, they obviously are coping really hard right now with the Artemis missions, right? Big time cope. So I want to do an episode about, we'll just kind of get to, if you guys don't know what the Artemis missions are for, what we're going to do, kind of describe them, talk about them a little bit. And then I want to kind of go over the dumb things that flat earthers are saying to try to justify the fact that they believe it's fake. And then just describe why that's what they're saying is absolutely stupid. Does that sound like a good idea?
I love that.
They're not bright. And then maybe we'll talk about the Artemis toilet. The toilet aboard the Artemis. And what's going on with that in their next episode too. So you got a lot going on here. We got a lot going on. And if you want to know about the toilet on the Artemis 2, you're gonna have to listen to the next episode. That's
right. You got to tune in next time. We talk about the very shitty situation.
Spoiler.
Oh, yep. I know I mentioned this to you before we started recording, but I was watching the launch while I was at work, and there was that woman, I forget her name, but she was reading off the checklist, and she's like, all right, Captain, this, that, and just reading it off. You could hear everything. But then they cut to her at her desk, and I was very shocked at how similar her desk is to mine in terms of junk food and Diet Mountain Dew. I just thought, for NASA, I figured they would have told her, like, hey, maybe clean your desk a little. You're going to be on national television. But
no.
Yeah,
Would you?
No, not at all. I like to think she was like, no, fuck you. This is my shit. Fuck you. Give me another Diet Mountain Dew. I respect it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Do you have anything more on New York cryptids?
Nope.
And I think we're good here. Well, you guys, you got to tune in next week. We'll go over Artemis, we'll go over the toilet, and then we'll talk about flat earthers again.
Yeah. And be sure to drink your Ovaltine.
Yeah, that's what gets us to the moon.
And beyond.
And beyond. Later, guys.
Bye.